What we're going to go over today is just 3 to 4 edible plant lives, identification, what they're good for. I let my grass grow in my yard. I cut it with a reel mower. I don't use gasoline or petroleum products to cut my grass. I use a reel mower. I did just mow 2 days ago, but I'll show you. 2 of the 3 grow right here in my yard. Let me find them here for you. Here's one. This is white clover. You can see that there. That's the flower of the white clover. The leaf structure. Most of you know this. Most of you as kids would pick clover, things like that. Here. Totally fine to eat. I don't medicate my lawn in any way. I don't put any bug killers or anything like that. So that white clover, it's rich in protein. Very rich in protein. So that's a good natural source in a survival situation to get your protein. The drawback to the white clover or the red clover, it's a little bit harsh on the digestive system. Here's some red clover over here. I'll show it to you. There's your red clover. There's a pretty one right there. Look at that. Red clover, again, also high and rich in protein. And the red clover also has been reported to have some anti-cancerous properties in it. Mainly your prostate and breast cancer. Prostate, breast, and colon cancers. It has a property in there that is reportedly good for it. So we're going to eat this too. Like I say, the clover, especially the red clover, as you see, it's a lot bigger. It's a little bit harsher on the digestive system, but in a survival situation, it fits the bill. Tastes great too. Tastes a lot better than the white. It's sweeter than the white clover. No real negative effects of that except the digestive system. Let me show you the leaves of the clover. Well, that's a pretty one. If I can get it on the camera there, look at that. That's just beautiful. I don't cut this. I let this grow wild. It's right at the edge of my yard. You know, God provides everything we need, man. And if we'll just take the time to do some research and study, spend some time out in God's creation, there's nothing that can go wrong with the human body. That something that God has grown can't help. Here's the leaf structure of the clover. You can see the chevrons there. The white clover, it's a little bit of a spear-shaped leaf. The white clover is a little bit more rounded, and I'm trying to find a good. You can eat the leaves too. You can eat the leaves too. I'm trying to find a little bitter. Trying to find a decently sized white clover, but I'm not having very much luck because I mowed the other day. Let's look at this plant. Here's a good specimen. This plant is the plantain. Obviously, not to be confused with the plantain bananas. Here's a good one. Now these seed stalks can be used to create a flour, an edible flour that you can make flitters with and stuff like that. And it's going to take a lot, but if you're out in the wilderness, living off the grid, whatever, you have more time than you have anything. So let's do a little identification of these. Trying to find a good leaf, decent leaf anyway. These are good. Here's a good one. These are good to take if you get a bee sting or any type of mosquito bite or anything like that. You can take these leaves, crush them up in your hand, and then chew on them. These are edible. You can eat them. You can use it as a salad or cooked green. It's got that kind of loby leaf there. And one thing you'll know when you get into the common plantain or the sea plantain, look at the vein structure on the back of that. Those veins are run parallel with the leaf structure, and you can see that there's not a lot of axillary veins. It's just the main vein structure coming off of there. You can also see that I don't know if you can see it here. Let me break this real quick. Try to get a good shot for you. Yes. I don't know if you can see it, but in between where I broke that, there are strings. There's a string holding that together right now where I just broke that leaf. Ripped it. I cannot get you a good shot, but there's a string there. That's indicative. That's another good way to identify it. You can also make a cough syrup out of this. Take the dried leaves, steep them in a hot to boiling water for about 10 minutes, take the leaves out, and then drink the product, and it will relieve coughs. Here's my garden barrel, which doesn't have a lot growing out of it right now. I have some wild strawberries inside the yard that I'm going to bring up here later in the season here and put them in here. But here, dragon's tooth. Dragon's tooth. Look at that leaf. Great for salad. Great for a cooked green. You might know this by the name of dandelion. Rich in vitamin A. Great for the digestive system. This is great for the digestive system. You can take these and eat them in a salad. You can cook them in a green. All of the flowers and seed pods are gone this time of year. The flowers are yellow. You can eat those flowers. Great. The root system of this, the root system of the dandelion has a natural recurrence of what's called inulin, which is a cousin to insulin. So if you knew somebody that possibly had diabetes or was a borderline type 2 diabetic, you're in a survival situation, or it hits the fan and you can't get to your medicine, dandelion. That's why I don't cut this stuff down and eradicate it out of my yard. Dandelion, take the root, dry it out, grind it down, make a tea or a coffee out of it. The root, that is, and every day drink that, and you're getting that inulin property, which I don't know the doses that one would have to take depending on their stage of type 2 diabetes, but for what it's worth, guys, this plant is quite bitter. It has a milky discharge at this time of year when you break the leaf. It's quite bitter, but the benefits of it greatly outweigh the bitter taste. Here you see I have some chufa right here. You can make a nice cold drink out of that when that grows. Here I have some plantain in here, and you can see my stalks right here, and I can take these, and of course it would take a lot, but I could make a flour that I can make flitters out of. This is my garden barrel, by the way. I know I mentioned that. I got it on blocks because it drains, and then I recirculate the water back into it. Here's my drop tube where I put my leftovers and food waste in there. I have holes drilled in that tube where the worms can go in through and aerate it. You can find more information about a garden barrel on YouTube. Just look up the videos. At any rate, hey, I'm Carl Hamby, Hamby's Outdoor World 2. So we went over 3 to 4 different edible plants real briefly, their benefits as well as the negative aspects of it, and we'll see you next time, guys.